Good day, everyone. For today's discussion, in Unit 3, Lesson 5, Common Approaches to Support Curriculum Implementation. But first, let me introduce myself. I am Adrian P. Baldonado. And let's proceed to the main topics. So, the first topic is about input. So, the first view is called laissez-faire approach or the let alone approach. Which means this gives the teachers the absolute power to determine what they see to best to implement in the classroom. Which means this permits to teachers the lessons they perceive as suitable for their classes or any use approach they want to teaching such as topics. This is no form of control or monitoring whatsoever. That's what called input. And the second view, on the other hand, is authoritarian control. So through memorandum. So they have no authority or freedom over the subjects. They are going to teach. The school head exercise absolute power in directing teachers to teach certain subjects in a specific way. In other words, this approach is dictatorial ways of imposing curricular implementation in the classroom. And a realistic, serious curriculum implementation should be balanced between the two extremes. Teachers need to adhere diligently to recommended syllables and ensure not to miss any topic or lesson. If they are diligent, they have been the fidelity of use or implementation. And other, they promote the reliability of use. One needs to identify subtopics, subject that needs more focus. These subjects are more technical or more difficult. Teachers are given clear instruction early for the following and structures method to implementation. And on the other hand, some topics are allowed or encourage teachers to be creative and unique in teaching these topics. Teachers implements personalized variation of the prescribed curriculum but still guided it. This is also called process orientation or adaptation to the curriculum. Process orientation rose as a result of the demand for acknowledging different organizational concepts and diverse teachers' needs and abilities that requires on-site modification. And it's all about the input. So the next topic is all about the implementation model. So Ornstein and Hankins 1988 described the several changes in the models that are worth exploring. The models include among the others. So first, we have overcoming resistance to change model or ORC, and 2 is leadership obstacles course model or LOC, and the third is leakage model, and the fourth is organizational development model or OD, and the fifth is the Rand agent model. So each models requires a multi-approach. Each strategy has certain elements which conform the following suggestion of Harris 1995. And for the successful implementation of the school system, So first, we have the clarification of the lines of authority, and 2 is the involvement of effective parties of the goal setting, staff selection, and evaluation. And the third one is expectation of the roles and responsibility of teachers. And the fourth is personal training and personal in change, strategies and conflict resolution techniques. And 5 is support of the affected parties. What these suggestions emphasize is needed to promote and operationalize the idea through their active involvement in the change process. So then the next is about the RAND model. So RAND model has been grounded on the premise that successful implementation at the new program relies on first the features of the plan change, and 2 is the competencies of the teaching and administrative staff, and the 3 and to support the local community, and the 4th one is the school organization structure. And the choice is all about what implementation model to use depend on a factor such as levels of resistance, types of desired change, the available expertise and available source, and the urgency of the situation. For the intense, deep-seated, and widespread resistance in the organization may require an OD that in turn requires the presence of an expert either in-house or external to support the processes. So on the other hand, the linkage process requires certain expertise, research and evaluation, and resource information system to properly carry out the implementation. ORC and OLC, although more straightforward than the other models, also require skills in data gathering and analysis to ensure success. And in large scale, curriculum implementation means putting the curriculum into operation with the different implementation agents. Curriculum implementations takes a place in school, a division, district, or the whole educational system. In higher institution or the whole educational system, it involves leakage, time, money, personal interaction, and support. And that's the part of the implementation models. So the next topic is about curriculum implementation as a change process. So Kurt Levin's field theory and curriculum change. So Kurt Levin, 1951, the father of social psychology, explained the process of change. The model is useful explaining curriculum change and implementation. And in education landscape, there are always two forces that oppose each other. So these are the driving force and the restraining force. So, however, these two factors or force are equal, the state as equilibrium or balance. So there will be a status quo, but hence there will be no change. The situation condition will stay the same. However, when the driving force empowers the restraining force, then will occur. If the opposite happens, when the restraining force is stronger than the driving force, change is prevented. This is the idea of Kurt Levin in his force field theory. So I can show you the chart of Kurt Levin. So we will utilize the particular theory to elucidate curriculum change. The illustration below shows that there are driving force on the left and the restraining force in the right. So looking the illustration, you will notice there is equilibrium if the driving force is equal to restraining force. Will change happen? Do you think there will be a curriculum change in these situations? Why? So according to Kurt Levin, the change will be better if the restraining force shall be decreased rather than the increasing the driving force as curriculist. So that's Kurt Levin's theory in the force field theory. And that's all, and thank you. I hope you learn about the common approach to support curriculum implementation. And the next reporter is to continue the topic